Tenno. It is I, Sentient Ashton, and welcome to the Dark Kingdom, where all are royalty. If you would like to know a lot more about Warframe, I have plenty of videos that will be coming up in the future. YouTube has been taking a very interesting turn, so if you would like to see more of my ridiculous videos, please do like, comment, and subscribe so you too can be a part of the Dark Kingdom. But on to the subject at hand. Today we are taking a close look at Vauban, or whatever. Today we are taking a look at this new and improved version of the once memeable, ridiculous Warframe. Let's take a look at his new and improved Tesla Grenade ability. This deploys a drone that attaches itself to enemies and delivers bursts of arcing electricity to anything in the immediate area. This causes a powerful stun, unlike his original grenade that caused an occasional stun and did not do too much damage. But at the end of the day, the damage of this ability isn't exactly the point. The point is stunning the enemy. If you are aware of Vauban's passive, he stuns enemies a lot with his abilities, but his passive allows him to do bonus damage against enemies who are incapacitated. So the fact that this stuns enemies makes it a powerful crowd control, but also allows Vauban to do a massive amount of damage to the enemies around him, definitely depending on your weapon of choice, of course. But regardless of that, the new and improved Tesla Grenade does prove to be a very useful tool in a majority of different situations. But these grenades are more than just weapons. They are actually androids. Once you plant them, they will immediately seek out the nearest enemy, and they will go directly to them, and then they will electrocute them. They will all latch onto this enemy, and if they are a low enough level, they will actually kill them, making those interception missions rather easy with Vauban. Now on to one of his most hated abilities, now updated to be one of the most interesting and loved abilities among the Warframe community, at least in my opinion anyway. I quite like this ability now. The new and improved tether coil, I must say, is much better than its original version. Now, however, it is one of the most effective crowd control abilities to date. Simply throw the grenade on the ground and it will pull two enemies away, completely ragdolling them and rendering them completely useless. Limp as a boat. Again, synergizing with Vauban's passive, giving him bonus damage to incapacitated targets. Well done, DE, you really did overwork yourself with this frame. He is much better than he was before.
Yes! Cut them off! In tiny little pieces! Yes!
The next grenade among the set of tools he has with this ability is called Flechette Orb. What this does is it releases a barrage of bullets dealing puncture damage to enemies nearby the orb. I have found this especially effective in defense missions, and of course, interception missions. I've been able to play these missions by myself without any help from any guildmates or any randoms at all. All thanks to Vauban and his assortment of tools, I was able to farm out Ivar Prime all by myself. This next weapon is useful at times, I guess. Now, on to his next bomb, which is rather hilarious, rather than really useful. Although it can and does have its uses, it is hilarious, mostly. The Vector Pad gives you a massive speed boost depending on your strength, of course, but this speed boost is especially useful in open maps, and it occasionally can launch enemies completely off the map. But regardless of this ability's hilarity, it can be very useful at times if you need a short speed boost to get a little further on a map. Maybe you're using Volt, Wisp, and maybe you decide to bring Vauban, and maybe even Goss. You can potentially break the game with this team. That is a very crazy idea, if I do say so myself. Go out and try it. It'll be fun.
You don't know what you're talking about, noob. People already did that.
Did I say it was my idea first, Tenno? No. Even though the vector pad might seem useless and might usually just be used to meme, it's still rather useful. At times, anyway. The overdriver grenade is rather useful for support. But keep in mind, Tenno, you can use this on yourself if you choose. The ability is pretty straightforward. You throw it at someone, they get more damage. Very simple, very easy to understand, and very effective. This is something you won't be using a whole bunch, but it is very useful whenever you're fighting a boss. You can actually use this on your entire team. Ask them to stand in a spot and throw the grenade. You'll have a good duration on it, and you'll all have bonus damage, and you'll see that boss melt faster than your credit card whenever Warframe has an update. But of course, this all depends on your Warframe's ability strength. So, if you were to build something around this ability, Tenno, keep in mind that you will need to build a massive amount of strength and duration. Now on to one of his more popular abilities, Photon Strike. This ability is something a lot of players seem to be building around, even though it simply just does damage and doesn't really do much else besides that. But I must say, the ability is rather satisfying. Now Tenno, before you go building your frame completely around this ability, just be aware that it only does damage. But it is very effective regardless, and you can do this with it. Now, on to one of my favorite abilities, Bastille. Vauban again throws another grenade, suspending enemies in the air and incapacitating them. However, if you press and hold the casting button, this will turn into a massive black hole that will suck in all enemies who have been captured within the field, dealing magnetic damage over time. This is an extremely effective and very hilarious looking crowd control ability. There is one more thing this ability does, and that is strip the enemies entirely of their armor. This is extremely effective and can be very, very useful against Grineer. And again, this synergizes beautifully with Vauban's passive. Well done, devs, you really have made this frame something, haven't you? Well, that does it for our small look at the new and improved Vauban. I'm curious, Tenno, what do you think of this new and improved version of the Warframe? Do you feel he is a main for you, or do you hate him the same as you always have? Either way, your opinion is fascinating to me. So please do leave a comment if you please. But if you have found my guide efficient, please do like, comment, and subscribe for more. Until next time, Tenno, farewell.